the idea of downsizing has crossed your mind even once, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Rita Cox, a lifestyle realtor with Keller Williams Realty right here in Metro Atlanta. And I help empty nesters just like you downsize with confidence. It is my passion. And it's my passion not just because I'm a realtor, but because I experienced that same transition myself about 7 years ago. We moved from our house in the suburbs to the heart of Atlanta, the city, downtown Atlanta. I created this channel to help you do the same thing if that's your desire, but to do it without the stress, without the mistakes and the headaches that I made. If I can provide you with tips and strategies and tools to make your downsizing journey easier, that is exactly what I'm here to do. A little bit about me. My children graduated many years ago. And when they first graduated, my husband and I became empty nesters, we didn't really think about downsizing. Our house was perfect for us. Our friends lived there. Our community events were around. So we didn't really think about downsizing. And we weren't certain if our children were coming back and when they might come back. So, we maintained everything pretty much the way it was. We kept their rooms the same, all of that. And one day it hit us. Why are we doing this? Once they got their jobs and they began their careers, one moved to Chicago, the other one was in another city in Georgia. They weren't coming back. And so once that hit us, then we started looking around and thinking, now might be a great time for us to downsize. So here are 5 clues that might tell you it is the perfect time to go from just being an empty nester to downsizing and turning the page into the new chapter of your life. Might be that you don't use all the space that you have. My husband and I would come home quite often, and believe it or not, we were either in the kitchen, the family room, or our bedroom. We weren't using the living room, the dining room. We had our kids' rooms the same way that they were when they lived there. So we didn't transform those into offices or gyms or anything like that. We literally lived in probably a third of the space. And yet we were cleaning, cooling, heating, maintaining those other spaces, but we weren't really enjoying them. We didn't need them, actually. That's the reason. It's not that we couldn't. We just didn't need that space. So if you're living in half of or a quarter of your home, that might be a clue it's time to downsize. The second is that you've outgrown everything around you. It's no longer fitting the lifestyle that you want to enjoy. We lived in the suburbs. We had to drive everywhere. Nothing was walkable. It was fine when our kids were there and we were younger because those were places we needed to go. But one day we just looked around and thought, we don't need all of this. It's not the lifestyle that we want. Living in the city of Atlanta, there are restaurants around us. There's the gym around us. We can walk to Mercedes-Benz if we want to go to a Falcons game. A Hawks game is at State Farm Arena. They are building up everything around us. The old CNN Center is now being repurposed. So there's life and energy. We live in what's called the Arts and Entertainment District, and there's life everywhere around us, and it's exciting. I get out and walk a mile or mile and a half every day, every morning, because it's easier for me to do that. I could have done it where I lived before, but really just didn't want to. And so here there's energy, there's life around us, and it's things that we can do without jumping in a car, driving anywhere. We can just walk to it. We actually catch the train some places because City of Decatur is a couple train stops away. So there's some things that we can do just by jumping on the train or catching an Uber without paying a fortune. And so it's given us energy and it's given us life. So that old neighborhood and that old lifestyle just didn't fit us at this point, and we wanted something else. The third thing was we were realizing that maintaining that home was more of a burden. The upkeep, the repairs, the cost to heat and cool. We hated lawn care and lawn maintenance, but yet we had to do that. And so the upkeep and the maintenance of that house was becoming more than we wanted to handle. But we decided to move into a condo as opposed to a smaller single family home. And so we don't have any of those maintenance items. We don't have to be concerned with, do we have to replace the roof, or do we have to paint the outside, or lawn maintenance? None of that at this point in time. So that really fits the lifestyle that we wanted. Also, we were craving more freedom. We wanted to be able to travel more, just to get out and do more things. And not that the house held us back. We could have traveled living there, but it's just, we didn't have to deal with the security issues. We didn't have to deal with locking things up, worrying about it. We just tell the front desk concierge that we're leaving. They maintain things for us, make sure that nothing happens to our unit, and we're out of here. And finally, we were emotionally ready to make that change. And so that's a big one, because for a while, again, we didn't know if our children were coming back. We didn't really want to start the process. And so we were emotionally tied to that house. But one day we woke up and realized we really weren't anymore. It was time for us to transition, time for us to make a change, to do something different with our lives at that point. And so we decided to do it. Now, it is an emotional journey, and I'll deal with that in another video. But we were ready inside to make that decision. And so those are 5 ways that you know it's time for you to downsize. If you realize that house is too much, you're not really enjoying all of it, your lifestyle has changed, your desires and your goals are different now, those are signs that it might be time for you to downsize. And if that's the case, stay with me with this channel as we walk through the steps that will get you to that next stage of life with confidence and with ease. Let me help you take the stress out of doing that. Stay tuned for more videos as we move through this process.